Welcome to podcast 35 in the series of Who Let the Master Out. I've been sharing a variety of stories of how unconditional love energy showed up in my life, and one of the most reoccurring experiences I have has to do with headaches. I imagine it's because one of the pains that most of us all get to have in life is a headache. Maybe it's because there's so many reasons for them, whether it's allergic reactions causing migraines and sinus issues, or seasonal changes, lack of sleep, lack of oxygen, issues with eyesight or stress, or people being a pain in your neck or butt and it moving up into our head where we allow them to become a headache too. We know that headaches, especially extreme ones, can make it difficult to enjoy anything going on in the moment. So whenever I see someone in pain, compassion ignites within me, and I want to help them. I think that's the way it is with most of us. When I worked in a call center, people having headaches was not uncommon. One member of my team had them on many occasions. And because she was open-minded about energy work, she would let me know when she was in pain and actually ask for my help. Now, I wouldn't make a big to-do about it by waving my hands or chanting or anything like that, because I didn't want to freak out anyone or draw any attention to us either. So I would just go over and quietly kneel by her cubicle and in almost a whisper, ask her to close her eyes and take some deep breaths. And that's when I'd begin my headache surgery, as I called it. I imagined my spirit hands moving into her spirit head. And no, it wasn't spirit fingers or jazz hands. But the headache appeared to me as dark energy. I would reach in and grab it and pinch it with my fingers and then pull it out of her head. My fingertips were glowing white in my mind, so when I removed it from her head, the white love energy converted the darkness back into light. Sometimes I would pull it out from her forehead, and sometimes I'd pull it out of the back of her head. And each and every time, she would mention what it felt like and exactly what direction I had pulled it out of her head. So sometimes she'd say, I feel like you pulled it out of my forehead. And she goes, I felt it being pulled out of the back of my head. And every time she was exactly correct. I hadn't used my hands visibly nor mentioned the direction or location I was pulling it out from. It was all going on silently in my mind's eye. So there was no way for her to know it but to feel it. And I'm always floored just by the amazing abilities of love energy. Other times with other people, all I would do is flood their head with love energy and let it do its thing. It would just move in and take it away. It's interesting that as I was preparing today's podcast this morning, I was made aware of individuals who would have a headache as they came across this podcast. And because there is no space or time in the world of unconditional love, I am being guided to send you love energy right now. So if you have a headache, or really any pain for that matter, if you have pain right now, take some deep breaths and close your eyes. With glowing hands, I'm reaching into your pain body and drawing out that pain. Feel that warmth as the pain is being drawn out of your body. I'm flooding your pain body with unconditional love energy. And there's nothing you have to do to earn this energy. It's yours unconditionally. unconditionally. Breathe more as you feel the bright light of unconditional love flood into the area of your pain. See it move to and surround the dark pain. Unconditional love is stronger than anything else. See the darkness dissipate in the bright light of love. See the shadow turn back to light, like the sun rising in all its glory turns darkness into brightness. Take more deep breaths. Grin. Smile. Let the warmth of unconditional love move through you. Anytime that you're feeling pain in your body, you can do this for yourself. Usually, our biggest barrier is feeling worthy of not being in pain. When we root our worth in the unconditional love of the mother and father of all things, and realize the love that they have for us, we know in our soul that we are worthy of anything we could want, and that we will always have everything we need. But when we're basing our worth on external things, the list of conditional love laws is endless, and we will end up feeling worth less. So sit quietly and focus on the unconditional love that is right here inside us. Let that love energy flow into you. Let it fill you up, and let you realize just how amazing you really are. Next episode, we're going to talk a little about Tibetan singing bowls and the part that they can take with love energy. Here's a sample of a singing bowl. We'll listen to more next week. But until then, break the cycle. Be free. Be big. Because we're all giants in a world full of giants who have been taught that we're weak, worthless, and small. But it's time to rise. It's time to let your master out.